Hello, everybody, here to you, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Odyssey. In the previous episode, we finished off the Cascade Kingdom, and in today's episode, you may notice that a few things are different. For one, Mario's wearing a completely different outfit, and our counters, such as coins and all that fun stuff, may be completely different. Reason for that is because I'm an idiot. I accidentally saved when I was doing like a practice run, and then when I went to try to record the video, I accidentally deleted the save file for the regular playthrough, and I ended up having to replay through the beginning of the game again. So isn't that fun? But in today's episode, we're returning to the Sand Kingdom to take care of the rest of the story over there. And skip because we don't need to see that. Oh no, zombies! Where are the plants when you need them? So we're now in Tostarena Town, and I gotta say, you know what they say, all Tostarenas, toast toast. Yes, I know that's a stupid joke, but I just had to say it. How you doing? I'm what you call a Jaxi. You wanna ride? It'll be 30 coins, what do you say? So why are you doing some sightseeing? You gotta check out the inverted pyramid. Controls are a snap. B button to brake and Z to dismount. I'll take off as soon as you're strapped in, but watch yourself, I go quick. I always imagine the Jaxi to have like a super cool voice, like, I don't really know, like, what's that guy's name again? There's one actor that I was thinking of, and like Jeremy Irons. I always imagine like this guy'd have like a Jeremy Irons style voice, because like that'd be really cool. That's what I always imagined. So we're gonna be exploring the desert a little bit before we do any big story progress. There's a cactus over here, and the top of it looks a little bit different, which means we're a dancing cactus, we're a dancing cactus, we are super cool, 'cause I love cacti. So if you bounce it off over there, we'll be able to collect a power moon. Yeah, a power moon. The unfortunate part is we can't have the cactus go too far because it will gradually stop skipping around. But if you move it closer to the center, we get to pop around again, and it's not that so much. Alrighty then. So there's an... Ow, get out of the way. There's a couple other things that I like to take care of. So another thing related to having to redo a couple things, with one exception, the regional coin counter has also reset because I tried to go out of my way to not grab any, because when I was editing these videos I kind of lost the original notes that I made for keeping track of all those. So we're going to be doing that from scratch, just so it's easier for me to keep track of, so we can make the highlight montage and things like that. I'm sure it'll make sense in due time. But, anywho, we'll be going over this way, and as we go across this area, we're going to talk about stuff that's completely off topic, because this is my channel and I can do whatever I want. Well, first things first, this area. This is a musical note puzzle thingy, so that's pretty fun. But what's also pretty fun is having like one of the best days ever, because today was a pretty fun day, and I just want to talk about it, because I like sharing my day in these videos. So, cast members at Disney and things like that, every now and then, when there's a new ride, they get a chance to like do a cast preview, and today was my first one. I got to do a cast preview for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, and that was just so much fun. Like, I can't really say much about the ride itself, because when this video comes out, it's still not going to be open yet, but I'm really happy that was the first one that I got to do an experience like that on, because I did have the chance to do the Ratatouille preview thing, but I didn't know how to do cast previews at the time, and also I've been to the one in Disneyland Paris, so it didn't really seem like it'd be that interesting, even though the ride itself was also really cool. But I was already excited for it, and it was totally worth it. So like, I'm not going to say much about what the ride itself is like, but if you love roller coasters, then you're definitely going to like Cosmic Rewind. It was a lot of fun. And then afterwards, oh, we put the fire out. That's cool. But afterwards, went to Disney Springs and got pizza, and it was super cool. And I went to the M&M store. I didn't know if I was gonna like the M&M store that much because when I went in, I was like, do I like M&Ms enough to go to a store dedicated to it? But then, like, they had like this giant tower thing of M&Ms, and I got like a bunch of them anyway. So that was pretty fun. And then I went to my favorite restaurant in Morimoto, which is also pretty great because I have like some of the best orange chicken I've ever had in my life. Ready for jump cuts. Why don't we be quiet for a moment so we can listen to the music? I really love the music that plays in these ice caves. I don't know, it's just one of my favorite songs in the game, and I don't really know why, because it does kind of loop a little too frequently for my usual taste, but I don't know, this particular song is just really fun. I actually have a bit of a story about the song in particular, but we'll save that for a little bit later in the episode, or next episode, whenever I take care of that mission. So the hidden power moon thingy was on top of the thing, so that was pretty fun. Is the other thing down here? Did we miss anything? I think there was another one in there, but no, it was just the one. Okay, I was looking over my notes real quick, and it is just the one. Alright, so... oh, never mind. There's also another one over here. The Treasure of Jaxi Ruins. I love the name, by the way. It's like a mixture of Jaguar and Taxi. It's so clever. Alright, so where can we plant this? That is a story we'll solve another day. Unlike the story of where that one lady got Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. And it still annoys me that they never explained it. It's like, you literally build it up to be explained in another thing and you haven't done it yet. And that's nah. I love the Star Wars sequel trilogy. That is the one thing that does rub me the wrong way. Hidden Room in the Flowing Sands. This one I have a bit of a story with. And there's going to be kind of a running trend, but I'm going to be as vague as possible because we won't actually have access to this mode until much later in the adventure. But there is a post-game mode that, if you haven't 100% of the game by the time you start it, it can actually give you a lot of useful tips on how to collect some of the power moves that you haven't found yet. Now, it's a little hard to be a little bit more descriptive than that, but if you already know what I'm talking about, then you probably imagine what I mean by that. Hopefully it helps somebody out there understand what I'm saying, because I'm not very good at explaining stuff. You think I would be after 10 years of doing this, but nope. Okie dokie. And over around this corner is going to be another power moon. This is what I love about this game. You get so much done in such a short time. It's great. Like, one thing I was trying to think about doing in this game was whether or not I wanted to try going through the effort of trying to get them like in numerical order or anything like that. I decided not to because, like, it kind of felt like it would be a little bit more effort than it would be worth to do it that way, which is why I didn't do that. But with all that taken care of, I think that we've done enough power moon searching. Of course, after I say that, I see a shiny thing off in the distance, and now I have to go grab it. That's how this game always works. I always think that, okay, now's enough time for all that. Now's enough time for hiccups and stuff like that. We can continue the story progress, but nope, I see something shiny, and we must do the shiny immediately. Never mind, we can't quite easily get that yet. But it's gonna be a fun transition anyway, because we have to go over in this direction now. Actually, there's one more thing I want to do. We completed a similar power moon earlier, so it just makes sense to go for this right now. Let's go like this. Call for the Jaxi here. And what I'd like to do next is we're going to head off over in this direction because there is another notable cactus that I'd like to go after right now. Can you imagine like an actual ride like this of riding a Jaxi? That'd be like one of the coolest rides ever at Super Nintendo World if they ever do something like that, which they won't because dreams don't come true. Alright, so there's 5 cacti, and unlike Breath of the Wild, this cactus puzzle is going to be different from the other one. Like, seriously, I didn't realize until that stream that, like, pretty much all the Korok cactus puzzles in the Wasteland region are all basically the same puzzle. Among the 5 cactuses. And there we go again. Is it cactuses or cacti? I always say cacti, but I don't know if that's actually the right pronunciation. And as we go down here, this is the area that I was thinking about earlier when I was thinking about a fun story, but we're not quite at the area yet, so I started that sentence a little too soon. So, whatever you do, don't destroy that thing right there. Hey! Okay, Goomba, you need to go away. You need to go over there. I want to save your life for now. Okay. Those things kind of drive me crazy because when you throw your hat, no matter what, it locks onto those, whatever these things are supposed to be. It locks onto those circly, triangular death trap things, and it can kind of mess up your hat jumps, so that's one thing that I'm not entirely fond of. Okay, that works. Yeah, okay. So let's throw the hat over towards the lonely Goomba, who's stuck between 2 pipes, and guess I'll keep on gaming for the rest of my life. Those coins over there may seem shiny and worth it, but no, don't grab them yet, because it's going to trigger the death thing, and death is not something that I like doing. Let's go over this way now. We're going to try to suck as many Goombas as we possibly can. We don't need to, I just like stacking as many as I can because it's always fun, so fun seeing them go as high as humanly possible. Or goombalingly possible. Okay, as we go across this area, this is like, I've praised this game a lot so far. One thing that I will say though is that there are a few instances where I think the background isn't quite as nice as I would have liked it to be. Like, I don't care that much about graphics. I do understand that there are hardware limitations and things like that. And like my favorite game of all time is Link's Awakening and Earthbound, so like super amazing graphics aren't something that's super important to me. But I will say that I kind of wish that this background looked a little bit more 3D. It looks like a wallpaper, and you could tell that's a skybox. I'm not a big fan of that. But what I'm a big fan of is seeing how high we can make the Goomba stack. And what I really love is having the camera like this, because it looks like you have the same Goomba model just like stretched out repeatedly over and over again. I don't know why, but I've always loved that. And also there's this fun clip of me like jumping with the Goomba to the beat of the song, which is like one of the very first video clips that I took of the Switch. At least if I remember correctly. I don't actually know if that's the case. Actually, it's not the case at all because this game came out in October and I had the Switch for several months at that point. It's one of the first ones that I remember, but actually they didn't have video capture when the Switch came out, so that might have been one of the first ones. I don't know. It was one of the first. So what we want to do, we want to go over this way now so we can continue on our merry way through our path of glory. Now, so what you should be doing is using the bullet bill to go down there and going the long way, but that's dumb. Let's go over here and click the power moon instead. Underground treasure chest. Oh yeah. So yeah, there is stuff down there you can do, but I didn't want to do any of it. We're gonna be going over this way now. I don't know why, but I just always love seeing Mario like in a ball like that. So it was really funny. So there's a few more things in this area that I like to take care of. So we saw some kind of random face up there. Oops, we'll spare you for a moment. Okay, I don't know why my button didn't work right there. I was having a problem when I was catching back up to where the Let's Play was, where like my Y button just randomly just wouldn't work every now and then. I don't know if that was like, if there's like an interference problem. I do have a lot of electronics around me, so there might be some kind of interference going on. That's the downside of wireless controllers that the kids nowadays don't really notice because, well, they obviously do notice it, but they don't really notice it compared to controllers that they likely had when they were kids. I don't know. This is something that I think about every now and then. Like, kids nowadays probably don't have to worry too much about, like, wired controllers like we did on PS1 or Xbox or something like that. Because, like, pretty much every controller nowadays is wireless. Unless you're one of those Smash weirdos who only play with the GameCube controller, which I still don't understand that. Why would you play with such a terrible controller? I'm sorry, but the GameCube controller is awful. The thumbsticks are terrible, the buttons are in such a weird spot, the shoulder buttons are awful. You don't even have 4 of them. You have 3. You have 2 on one side and 1 on the other side. And they feel squishy. I don't like that. And there's only 1 boss button. The controller is terrible. Hey, you know what, bro? You need to chill out, because this isn't Ring Fit Adventure, and my phone keeps going off because of Snapchat things, because I'm in a Snapchat group chat thing because of work. Go away. It's like midnight when I'm recording this. It's like 1 in the morning when I'm recording this. What are you Snapchatting about? Go away. I had to open up a Snapchat for work reasons. Gross. But what's not gross is this guy. This guy is pretty cool. How did we survive that? But never mind. Okay, let's go like that. What you want to do is that you want to use the super amazing capture abilities to rocket this guy's fist into his head. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? I always think of the Jimmy Neutron, the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour thing. When I, what's the guy's name again? Professor Calamitous was like controlling Jordan Von Strangle's body or whatever, and he started making him punch himself. Those were weird movies. I remember the first one being decent enough. The other 2 are just plain strange. Do I have to do this entire fight again? We probably do. But anyway, yeah, let's actually talk about this guy. So, this guy, his name is Knuckle Tech. That's such a fun name, Knuckle Tech. Because, like, he has, like, rings and things like that, and he punches stuff, but it's also inspired by, like, Aztec civilizations and things like that. And I dropped my controller on my laptop. Yeah, it's, like, inspired by Aztec civilizations. But I gotta say, I really do appreciate that games nowadays are looking into more inspiration, like with like Aztec and Mayan culture and things like that. It's really cool because there's a lot of really cool untapped potential with storytelling from like Aztec and Mayan cultures and things like that. Because it seems like whenever like historical things are pulled for inspiration in games, it's usually either Japanese mythology or Greek mythology. Or like Egyptian mythology. Those are like the big popular 3, but like it's very nice to see that there's more stuff that's being explored and getting inspirations. Like that one game that came out recently, Aztec Forgotten Gods. Like that game is really cool. I haven't played too far into it, but I really love the concept of it. Also, the name of that game is also like one of my favorite names for an indie game because like it's such a clever pun. Aztec, but tech is spelled like technology. It's so cool. All right, so as we go across this area, I'd like to go on a little bit of a rant, and okay, it's not like a super angry rant or anything like that. It's just something that's annoying me lately about Mario games. So, like, oh, this guy's already defeated. Yeah, you're destroyed. Why are you not in Paper Mario Origami King? That's all I was gonna say. It's like, they explained that they didn't have creative character designs in Six Star and Color Splash because they were limited on that. But there's no good reason why they had to be limited in Origami King because this game already existed. Whew! It's so hot now, but I do suppose that's what we were trying to accomplish. If we keep up this pace, we'll catch that Bowser in no time. Do we have enough power moons to reach the next kingdom? If you want to check, you put me on the globe. Uh-oh, we've hit a proverbial fork in the road. Which kingdom do you think Bowser went to? And this is going to be our first branching path. We have a couple options. Do we go to the Lake Kingdom or the Wooded Kingdom? And this is something I'm going to leave up to you. So, when this video comes out, or before when this video comes out, or whenever it's going to happen, I'm going to have a Twitter poll that will be finishing up roughly around the time this video is releasing. So, where do you think we should go? The Lake Kingdom or the Wooded Kingdom? This will have an effect on how a couple power moons are going to be collected outside of the actual kingdoms themselves. So definitely want to keep that in mind. I will be talking about how that changes depending on both ways. So the Lake Kingdom and Wood Kingdom are both really great. My personal favorite is the Lake Kingdom, though, so if you want to take that into account or anything like that. So, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Super Mario Odyssey. Until next time, Lady Gator to you. Oh yeah.